Hey guys, I am here with Richard at our locals, Aki. Yeah, we're going to do Richard's top 16 deck profile from the Australian Nationals.
Hey everyone, and this will be my deck profile. I'd like to show, I did use the Sun Gohan leader, a few of us did. It came top in America, so I don't think I picked it after that. I think I picked it well and truly before that one.
Yeah.
But before we start, I'd like to say, if this is for a YouTube channel, why does it not have its own mat? So Max hasn't even seen this one yet, but we've got Saiyans Down Under.
I love it.
So if you're after a custom print mat, this is a bit of a plug, but I can make them for you. Hit me up at Aki Canberra.
Absolutely beautiful.
So check us out on Facebook. All right, let's get down to my deck profile. First of all, we started with our skillless engine. So the traditional one runs the 4. My one just ran a few more, just for consistency, I think. So we had 11 in total, all the skillless. They synergized with my version of the deck, and it ran really well with these. Great resources to have. After that, this is what made them synergize. We had the Unison, the Sun Goku, forever in our memories. This Unison was the main feature of my deck. It caught a lot of people off guard. The whole idea is you don't have skills for level 5, cost of 5 or less on the field. The permanent kicks in before the auto, so on-play autos don't recognize, and this card just clears them. So
Skill drain for everything with costs of 5 or less.
yeah, the +0 -0 is play 2 of my skillless, which I had 11 obviously, from my drop area onto the field, as long as I had energy cost of 1. And then the -2 is pretty much a Nimbus in advance. So your opponent next turn can only attack once more with battle cards. It's pretty good, and it can also attack. Everyone has to be aware of this. It is a Goku. It is not a Shenron. All right, that is the one thing that stumps so many people. They're like, oh, it has this, and this, and it attacks. Of course, it's a great card. So if you want to have something fun in your community and you're sick of all those free plays and stuff hitting the field, then that helps out.
That puts in a lot of work.
I ran one.
Just one quick more thing. The permanent, it gives all your skillless 5k power. So the 15k beaters.
Yeah, it makes them strong. I ran one of the trunks. I put this in last minute because Max was running it in his deck, and I noticed that he could board wipe me really easily, and that was my fear of not being able to board wipe people. So this one has the -3 to wipe their board. I think I only used it for that, to swing twice and then neg board. There's a better choice of a Unison, so this is just situational. I played the one of the Son Goku Jr. and Vegeta Jr. This one here just allows me to turn 2, or if I go second, turn 1, to swing into their later for 10k, and then neg 1 to play out 2 more from my deck, and then swing again for another 2 10ks. It just allows a bit more aggro happening in a deck. I didn't use the other 2 skills. Max has told me they're good. This top one, what gives him power?
Gives him and all your skills 5k power.
Yeah, but they're not on the field, so he only gets played turn 1 or 2. This is my favorite card of the day. So this one here, you play out by removing 2 1-cost skillless cards from your play area, and then play this card onto the field for 1 energy.
Such a good card.
Dual attack, unique, so you can't have multiple, but it buffs all your skillless cards as well by 5,000 power. So not only is a Unison doing it, these guys are doing it as well, and you're getting a 20k beater on the field with your skillless cards and dual attack. Most of the time though, I verse the blue matchups, and the Boo Unison
Bottom decked it.
would just bottom deck it, which was fantastic because that baited them to use that auto early, so I could bring out a few more potent things later on that were stronger. They thought this was a strong thing, but 1 energy isn't a big deal.
No.
So that one was really good for that whole matchup. I then had 3 of a kind friend. This card, look, it's fantastic. I think it's amazing, and it should be played in any Higher Dragon deck because it is resources. On your opponent's turn, if you know they haven't got anything going and it's their final attack, you can combo with it, pay an energy, and then you get to play 2 from your deck. So your deck, you get pretty much thinning your deck, and that's what the whole game's about, making it so you get what you see. The only downside is I never had open energy to play them. The yellow deck does run a lot of things that you want to keep your energy open, as well as use it, and without knowing what decks I was going against, it was a bit hard. I ran 2 of the Dark Power Black Marseillans. These were to stop anything until I got my unison out. So a lot of the free play stuff annoyed me. I don't think there's much now in the game that free plays off of a non-keyword skill.
Just Icarus and King Piccolo.
Yeah. So it was pretty much designed just to be in a deck. I love the card as well. I've played in my old decks for a while.
Playing every single one of your decks since
Yeah.
I've started playing the game.
I think the main reason I really run it is in case I verse DJ in Android 21 and plays the tokens on the field, it just stuffs your opponent.
Yep.
But look, it's there. It helped. I played it and it made people scared and they got rid of it. I run 3 of the Power of the Super Saiyans. I would run 4. I only own 3. Max has all of them. He stole them.
Yep. We'll go with that one for now.
Yeah, we're going with that. These cards fantastic. Always run 4 in any yellow deck at the moment. They pretty much have an open energy. You just rest a card and draw a card. So it's good. It's live. It doesn't cost you anything to use. It is though a card out of hand for equal value. So always a good thing.
Yep.
I had 2 of these. The Vegeta's Final Flash. I don't think I use these at all.
It's probably because they're not the collector's art.
No. I wish I didn't run these. So anything that I'd change in my deck is now. I would change these for Release from Evil. I feel like being able to shut down an opponent's leader skill or a unison was more helpful. Shutting off dual attack or double strike or triple attack or anything like that is just much better than what I've got here. These here, they can shut off the battle card, but they can't do anything else. Release from Evil can still hit battle card and other stuff. I then ran 3 Nimbus. These were really good. You know, you stall out until you get Unison out. It does prevent you from doing stuff on your turn 2, pretty much. So you got to think wisely. And if you're playing long game, I did have 3 blue matchups, so these were perfect for me because I could play them and not actually drop a card. They only had 1 attack anyway, so it just saves me from taking too much. You can control your life, so you take your life when you want to. Yep. So Nimbus is always good. I haven't tried that new Forbidden
Power.
Yeah.
It's similar to Nimbus. It's very situational.
Yeah, I still like Nimbus because I'm used to it.
Yep.
Like I say to Max, the reason I play these giant balls over the Goku Steadfast is because I'm used to playing with these cards. They're not a battle card, so they can't be counterplayed, so you're not going to have the counterplay battle going on there. I counterplay you, no, you counterplay me, and then it just keeps on going. These are just an extra card that goes down and draws you a card. So I did prefer it, but at the same time, some people prefer to play different cards. I ran 2 Champa. Every deck should at least have 1, I would say. I run 2 because I'm used to playing my Black Marseillan deck, and everything had to have double strike, and so I was just used to 2. It's also good combo power because a lot of the deck is 5k in this one, and I have open energy once I pass turn 4. So I ran 2 Draw Apes. Once again, open energy past turn 4, so I need to have some way to get extra cards in my hand. This deck doesn't draw like the typical Icarus.
A little bit less draw power.
Yeah, I feel like on turn 2 I get to, 14 cards, but then after that it doesn't sustain very well. Yeah, so I don't get up to 20 like Max's deck when I tested, or watching some other people. I usually sit around the 10 mark. That's like my comfy number. Yeah. And these just help to keep it around that for me. So I then ran 2 Coolers. These are fantastic cards. The match where you actually draw both in your hand and you have enough energy to use both, you just win. It's a guaranteed win for you. I don't think Max would disagree with that. Yep. They are fantastic cards.
Coolers are amazing. I love playing with Cooler. One of the reasons to play yellow at the moment is just Cooler.
I would probably run 3 going forward.
Yeah.
Because Final Flash was terrible compared to it. Like the amount of time you get countered or you countered, then the yellow matchup you upper hand them. I would recommend this one of. It's very situational, but at the same time, if you are versing blue decks and you want to keep your Trunks Unison on the field, you can keep this guy out and it stuffs around blue cards quite well. You've got to really know what you're doing. I think Cell Surge could even be affected by this quite a lot because
a little bit, yeah.
It has got a way that it can't be selected, it can't be picked. Gets around a lot of their cards, but at the same time it sits there and it's 20k, so you can actually take their Unison down if you get that in a Champa on the field. So
sure.
really good card. Unique though, unfortunately. I wish I could stack that onto the field.
No, we do not.
Well, I do. Oh, look, it matches the picture. So this here is my favorite one of for Blue Hate. I call it that because that's exactly what it is.
It's. I wouldn't call it blue hate. I'll call it sensu bean hate.
Yeah. It really just helped me win my Kefla matchup.
Yeah.
That's all it really does. So this here, when for the rest of the game, they have to warp 5 cards from their drop area to restand an energy on their turn.
Using a non-leader skill.
Yeah, if they don't, then obviously they can't restand it.
Yeah.
So really good card. An older set. And then I think this came in as the best card for the weekend for every deck. I'm pretty sure every deck would have had it.
Koit Sakai was such a good card over this event.
I love running Koits because, once again, I hate free play. I know my deck runs a bazillion free play cards, but these guys hate free play, and it just suited me to cycle my hand back into my deck and then, get through a bit more of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Really good card. I ran a 1 Toa. It's just for the people that have no idea what they're doing, I thought I might verse 1 or 2 round 1. I didn't even use this card besides free play to have a body on the field in case the time roll had to kick in.
Yeah.
You draw a card, it removes a card from their drop area and puts it back in their deck. If Cell Surge was swinging and turn 1 had, tried to keep their life active and up, and they comboed away a rib or something else, then I could counterplay something if they had too much in their drop and didn't have the energy to use it. So that's where that comes in.
Definitely punishes people for missequencing.
Yeah, or over comboing.
Yeah.
This card here, my favorite of the day. Like, he literally, I had my dragons, I had this guy, and I had my secret rare, and they were like the 3 best cards for this whole deck. And this guy here, I played on so many turn 2s to either shut down Turls or go G to 6, Kefla 8. Like, it was just, you just call out whatever you don't want to see. And a lot of the decks on turn 3 is when they have their big turns, so that was really fun to do. I think you didn't run one. You didn't run one.
I didn't. I was close to, but it's such a good card.
Yeah, you probably should have. We then had the Mirror Creator Absorbed, one of.
Very underrated card in yellow.
Yeah, this card here, because it has Deflect, you're not having to waste a counter on the actual play of the card.
Yep.
You're wasting a counter when it attacks. And when it attacks, you get 5,000 power onto the card, not as a combo power.
Yeah.
It goes on, so they have to neg it down to 0 if they want to neg it, or they try to blow it up another way. But you have your cooler counters out there to stop them from doing whatever they do.
Very easy. It's like if you've got 5 energies, basically guaranteed 2 damage.
Yeah, it's the one card as well that I go, this is going to get through After Image Technique.
Yep.
And not many people go through After Image Technique. There's also that other red one that gives them 100,000 power.
Yeah, the Flight of the Grand Eagle.
I have gone through it with this. You get an average of 120 to 140,000. My other Overrealm is a Bardock. I love running Bardock. This is my option for this deck. I replaced my previous love, which was the 4-drop one with Double Strike for this guy. Just newer. He has 2 attacks, obviously. If you can keep him on the field, attacking twice gives you 2 chances to add a Champer, Double Strike onto him. But yeah, just a cool looking card. And now we've got new winner ones.
Yeah, we got the gold ones,
Yeah.
gold boys.
I have got 3 of the Krillin Super Combo, the new artwork from the anniversary box. So if anyone's trying to hunt them down, that's where they're from. Fantastic Super Combo. You're just filtering through your deck so much, and you can put what you don't need at your deck until later. I think I had to stack my deck as I put cards under to work out what I was running.
Yeah.
The amount of Koitsukai and these guys, you're pretty much putting up to 8 cards underneath your deck, so you're going to know when you're getting low.
Yeah.
And they were really helpful. I then ran the 1 Whis as the final super combo. This is just to stop the Black Mask Saiyan and the Supreme Kai, the blue one that would just discard your hand whenever you played anything on the field. And unfortunately, my deck plays a lot of stuff with an Activate main, so I was going against myself in that one. And then the best card is the promotional free secret rare that stores gave out to so many players, the Sin Shenron. It's amazing. Deflect, blocker, it can't be removed by skills from the battle area, so they can't even take control of it unless they remove its skills first. And if it blocks, you neg 5,000 power and it restands immediately.
Yep.
So it's very hard to get around this card.
Floodgate over Secret Rare. And then
Yeah.
if you don't kill it, it's a Floodgate the next turn.
The one card that did affect it in the mirror would have been this guy. Because what happens is when he attacks and I neg it, it restands right away. This then comes out and then
Switches it to
the rest. So it can still be affected in that way. So
Sure.
that's its one downside. But at the same time, you still block that attack. And that's what you need to do to keep Unison alive.
And then onto your side.
Okay, we have got a fancy side. I've got Fu. Max always says, yep, we know.
Yeah, we know. We run a Fu. Fu, good card.
Fu, the Dark Banisher. We know that one roughly. I don't know.
It's got Judge Stamp on it. We run it.
Yeah. I actually did put it in because I judge. I opened it that night. Triple attack, over on 8 for 4 energy, and every time they activate a skill, they warp a card from their hand. So it's good when you get to like the Cell Surge because you can kind of keep the hand down with your beat sticks and then he just finishes them off. A backup Black Marseille in case I did verse a deck that was similar to mine, which gratefully didn't happen. There was another one in a top 16.
There was another very similar.
It was not similar. It just ran the same Unison.
And a bunch of skillers.
It had all the Turls, it had all the Basils, it had all the cards that you wish to play if you're normal. But yeah, it didn't run as bad a cards as mine. I had the Turls 5. I put this in there because I was missing cards in my sideboard and didn't have anything else to go in there. And my idea was I could take out my Unisons and put Turls in and Goku in. Now, this was a weird decision to do because I kind of felt that as Max's influence to try and make my deck somewhat meta. And this was the only way that I kind of didn't hear the end of it. So it was a good addition. I guess I could have, if I wanted to, swap it out, but I didn't really have any of those hard matchups. I don't think my matches were hard. I think they were just, I either had a matchup that I couldn't win or a matchup that I shut them down enough that it surprised them. Now we had my favorite in the sideboard, which is the Darkness I-Beam.
Just, just zoom in right to the text there.
Yeah, so choose all of your opponent's battle cards and switch them to rest mode. Yeah, I did it to Tyson with his King Piccolo deck and then played out of Trunks. I knew I was going to lose. I just wanted to at least do something to not feel like his game was just him, walking all over me. So I went into Darkness I-Beam, rested everything, and then neg 3 with the Trunks, and it was funny. We both laughed. He's like, that's not a card. But it exists. It's a real card. People have had to look it up over the whole event. It was really cool. But it's from set 2.
It is from set 2.
If you need it, that's where you get it. I ran 2 Deborahs. This was a pick by Max. He just said, put it in, you'll verse Cell Surge.
No Cell Surge.
I did not verse Cell Surge.
I had way more cards on my side for Cell Surge and did not verse Cell Surge.
I wasn't scared of Cell Surge because my aggro is really crazy. And he was never going to KO my battle cards.
Yeah, couldn't KO all of them.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing for me because I combo out a lot of attacks anyway with my deck, and all my skillless going to drop, and then this guy would come out and just sit there and protect me for the game. Cell Surge doesn't have enough attacks, and it doesn't have enough cards for itself to drop. So I only ran 2. Didn't see it, but if I did, I would have probably put them in and taken out some Final Flashes. Yeah. Then I had one more backup of an Absolute Annihilation, just in case I did verse like a Beerus blue deck, because that was my fear of the day. Liam put it in my eyes. It's a great deck. My 4th Flying Nimbus.
Yep.
Wanted to put it into one of my games, but it wasn't foil, so I didn't actually sideboard it in. You got it.
Priorities.
Yeah, priorities. Then I have one more backup of the Goku and Vegeta Jr. just for consistency, but I never really needed to put it in. And then another decision from Max. He just said, if the Trunks isn't good enough, you can always play this as well, and this will affect the Soul Striker because it restands its energy without an Awaken skill. So, great card. You draw 1, you play it, and you just sit Soul Striker, sit there and try.
I lost to this card in top 4. We'll ignore that.
Oh, you did you?
Yeah. Benny got me with this guy.
Yeah, because you restored an energy or something. With what?
With Vegeta striving to be the best. Not my proudest moment.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Good card.
I wouldn't run restanding energy cards in a deck where I'm trying to prevent them from restanding energies, But no. Fantastic card. I feel like on the weekend I went well. Obviously came 10th. But yeah, without the help of my community, it wouldn't have been able to be that fun. And we had a lot of testing. We tested against everything that wasn't worthwhile testing.
Yep.
I think we tested Android about 20 times,
Yep.
Cell about 5 or 6 times before
Yep.
I had an aneurysm.
We did test.
I tested the mirror.
We did test Good Icarus versus you.
It came close every single time.
Yeah.
But that's just what the deck does, and Max had known it off by heart. So if he did versus the other guy running it,
I would have been fine.
it would have been fine.
Sure.
Yeah, I think, what else did we test against?
Oh,
Cooler Mill,
Cooler Mills, some Gogeta, just some random stuff.
Black Gogeta.
Yeah, like Gogeta.
I didn't verse anything at all that I tested against.
Yeah. I don't think I did either.
Yeah. So
Pretty good.
great tournament. Everyone was lovely. I've made a lot of new friends, and yeah.
Any shout outs you want to make at the very end?
Nah, just to Max, obviously. Helped me test, helped me run everything, and telling me to enter the tournament just to get some prizes because entry was cheap and the prizes were good.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
Yep. Entry cheap prizes were good.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you next time.
See you guys.